city regulator has said that 4 months after the creation of a £2.5 billion compensation fund, just 2% of that amount has been paid to victims. That's despite the 9 banks involved taking on a total of 2,800 staff to handle these cases. The Financial Conduct Authority has found that there are more than 30,000 cases under review. RBS has by far the most, with a total of more than 10,500 on its books. Of the big 4 UK lenders, Lloyds is at the other end of the scale with fewer than 2,700. But at the end of last month, just 10 offers of compensation had been accepted by businesses totalling a mere £500,000. Well, here with me now is Fraser Whitehead, lawyer at Slater & Gordon, which represents 250 alleged victims of the mis-selling scandal. Nice to see you. Many thanks for coming in. I'm baffled. The compensation scheme has been running for 14 months, and yet very few payments have been made. Why is that?
Well, it's a very good question, and the report that's come out today I think could be described as a very thinly veiled excuse for inactivity. The regulator has simply not been firm enough. It's been, I think, too close to the bank, and its duty is to act in the public interest, and as you say, 14 months later, it's actually 0.03% of the effective businesses that have been paid out money, and only 0.6% have even been offered redress. Another 12% have been told they might get redress, but the vast majority of these businesses, the salt of the UK economy, have been told nothing.
Indeed. I mean, given that many of the victims are small businesses, probably struggling on tight budgets, is it the case that some of them need this cash to survive?
They need it desperately. They took out these loans on average more than 5 years ago, and the consequence of having this particular type of swap was that they were paying enormous rates of interest. The FCA has found that 90% of them were missold, and in fact its statistics today show that 93.75% of them are going to get redress. Why can't they get that redress now? We believe they're typically owed about 300,000, never mind the 50,000 that's been paid out so far. Yet in this time, the 5 years they've been waiting to get this money back, they've had to lose workers, they've had to give up projects, they've had to sell properties at low values. This is the basic core of the UK economy. They should be helping bring us out of recession, not waiting and waiting for the banks to hand back what's theirs.
Fraser, you've pointed the finger at the regulator, but in the end it was the banks what done it.
Yes.
I'm sure you've been in touch with them. What are they saying to you?
Well, they're not very cooperative. I mean, the FSA has indicated that businesses can get by without professional advisors, without lawyers. That doesn't appear to be the case. The few cases we've had where very low offers have been made are the ones where people have come to us after, rather than before they took legal representation. The basic problem is the banks don't want to part with their money. I mean, they know they're going to have to make payments. They're sitting on, I think, more like 4, 5, maybe 6 billion that they're going to have to pay out before this is resolved. And they seem to prefer to stagger it for their own benefits rather than pay it back to their customers.
What sort of sums are we talking about here? What do you think will be an average payout?
Well, in the businesses we're acting for, the 250, the average is 300,000. The average claim is 300,000.
Yeah, so for a small business, a very material amount. But for a big bank, I mean, that's not even a rounding error.
It's very small money, and you also have to look at these 2,800 employees, what they are costing. I mean, our estimates that the banks have spent 25 million this year just investigating these cases they're going to have to pay compensation on.
So let's be clear on this. The banks are not contesting these cases. They have come clean, have they? They've put their hands up and said, yes, guilty as charged. They're just not handing over the dough.
There's a lot of delay, and they're not quite coming clean. I mean, some atonement would be a very good thing from the banking industry. In fact, the two nationalised banks, RBS and Lloyds, are the slowest at making payments.
Not sure bankers do atonement, do they?
Well, we'd like to think they might in the new economy, because this is about coming out of recession as much as anything else.
May we name and shame some here of the big banks? Who has behaved perhaps in an exemplary fashion, and who's at the other end of the table? Who are the serious sinners?
I'm not sure any of them exemplary, but Barclays, I think, have embraced the process of redress more so than anyone else, or they are not being fast at making compensation payments. They're being the slowest in compensation payments. Right. At the other end, the bank that has least embraced the system and appears to be in denial is RBS, I'm afraid, and it's fairly closely followed proportionately, although they've got far less cases, by Lloyds.
Oh, well, quite a headache for RBS's new boss. Fraser, nice to see you. Thanks for coming in.